Mark Carney is 100% a corporate psychopath. The way he speaks with such a flat affect and matter-of-factly describes how ESG policies are going to be implemented that are going to cost hundreds of thousands of Canadians their livelihood. But he speaks with a virtuousness, make it seem as though I know what's best for everybody. There has never been a clearer human being in charge of this country who has corporate psychopathy. The profession that Carney's in, politics as well as economics, he's made so much money at Brookfield, WF, and Davos, does tend to attract a much higher percentage of psychopaths than your standard professions. And my read on Carney, he is clearly fits the mold of your corporate psychopath. I don't know how many Canadians have seen him at the Pride Parade in Vancouver, but it's one of the very few public appearances that the man has made since he was installed as our prime minister. I intentionally use the word installed. The Liberal leadership race was a total farce. 400,000 people voting in a country of 41 million. And the only candidate who was willing to criticize Carney whatsoever, Ruby Della, was summarily dismissed from the race. He was installed as our leader. There were also major oddities that occurred during the actual election. But this man is a puppet of the WF, Davos, and the global elite. Now, in this man's face-to-face interactions with everyday Canadians, I noticed an effect as well as a deadness in this man's eyes that you quite frequently see with psychopaths. It's never been clear to me. He already fit the profile in many ways to a corporate psychopath. You look at his life trajectory, attending an elite institution, then spending the entirety of his career in service of the WF, Davos, Brookfield, institutions that everyday Canadians intuitively sense as elitist, evil cabals. And the way he interacts with people, it's so strange. Go check out some video of him in Vancouver at the Pride Parade over the weekend. He speaks, first of all, he says, there's a deadness to the man's eyes, and he doesn't interact with like a normal human being. Normally you say, hi, hello, how's it going? The regular small talk. Carney is seemingly unable to do that. He kind of stutters, stammers, but basic human interaction is something that eludes him, which is quite common among psychopaths. They can't do the small talk, the normal kind of day-to-day conversations that all of us take for granted. He clearly thinks he's better than everyday Canadians. The guy just projects an eliteness to him that is undeniable. And I'm shocked that more Canadians aren't more awake to the fact that our newly installed prime minister is clearly a corporate psychopath. So I want to get that message out there because his policies are very in suit with what a psychopath would pursue. Bill C-63, the so-called Online Harms Act, is attempting to give the Canadian government the ability to jail you for pre-crimes, for nothing you've even said. Another citizen can report you for something they believe you're likely to say. You can be thrown in jail. These ESG policies have cost hundreds of thousands of Canadians their jobs. He is continuing unvetted immigration, which is killing our economy and damaging to so many middle and lower class Canadians who Carney clearly disdains. It's just sign after sign after sign that there is something seriously off with this man, which makes sense why he's currently the leader of the Liberal Party. If you're interested in supporting my work, hit the link in bio, donate, grab some really good gear. I'm going to be setting up rallies in early September because the Canadian people need to start making their voices heard. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. Clearly, 75% of Canadians say that we're having too much immigration, but the policies are not changing. So we actually have to get out, hit the streets, and make our voices heard. Like I said, otherwise, nothing's going to change. But take a closer look at Mark Carney's human interactions. We have a very disturbing man, clearly as the so-called elected Prime Minister of Canada.